you. That's the first time I've been mentioned in the song. Thank you very much. Did you know, when you wrote that it was going to be a classic? That's what most people say about it. It is one of the timeless classics of our time.
I had no idea at all. I had it, actually, Louis, for about 2 years before I wrote it, thinking it was a nice little nursery rhyme. And then one day I looked at it and went, hey, it's a nice little, and off we went. But no, I had no idea at all.
Now, Raggedy Rawny, that was, I mentioned that you... Yeah. Now, you directed, wrote, produced and acted in the film, and Ian was in it as well.
Yeah.
Happy memories? Was it in the 80s?
A few of them. He got us in enough trouble with a German. You did.
Go on, then.
Hey?
I want to know about the trouble.
Well, we were there, and there was, at the time, it was under a really heavy regime, and there was a lot of Germans there who were sort of coming and taking some right liberties.
They were.
And oh God.
They used to drive from the border, German border, get there Friday night and go in what we call the German bar and drink right away Friday night, all the way through Saturday night, and go home again on Sunday night. And if one of them had a birthday, they sung it in English. Happy birthday, dear Heinzie, wasn't it?
Yeah. He used to go, man, no. You're joking, you got me in enough trouble.
We used to have parties, the caterers used to have parties every week. Yeah. There would be a Roman toga party, go there as Nero with the laurel wreaths and the sheet on. And always landlocked. The Czechoslovakia's landlocked. Yeah. So one week we had a snorkel and bathing party, like a sea party. Yeah. And it was all flippers and masks and snorkels and everything. And 3 of the caterers went down to get some cigarettes or something, 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. And they had to go to the German bar to get the cigarettes. And it went off. That's the only time it actually went off, wasn't it? The Intercity firm versus the Munich 11 or whatever. And it did go. And the manager of the hotel took the production manager into his office Monday morning. He said, I love you, English, he said. Czechoslovakia's not too keen on the Germans, but they come over here. But I know it was your fault. And he reaches under his desk, got 3 pairs of flippers and puts them on his desk.
Pop stars as actors. Now, you have been in a few films now, but recently Sting's opened in a film. David Bowie's done it, Mick Jagger's done it, John Bon Jovi's presently doing it in the States, as it were. Why do so many pop stars go into acting?
You know, you get directors who want you, which is quite nice. I mean, I met Bob at the Mermaid. He come down and said, he says, do you want to be in my film? I went, yeah, not many. And that's how it goes. A lot of the time, that's how it goes, you know.
So again, with you then, it was like you didn't plan it for you either?
Not at all, no.
No. I saw him, and I thought, he's... Like, I had this character in my head, it's him. It's definitely him. Yeah.
So, now acting, and still singing, of course, and writing. But the label that you've carried with you all the time is the one that everybody always says, whenever they mention Ian Dury, they always say, Ian Dury, oh, he's the pop star that had polio when he was a child. How do you feel that everybody always labels that in...
Well, it's the fact, when I was in my first band, Kilburn and the High Roads, a geezer after a gig we did, a bloke come up to me and went, you're putting it on. I went, no, I'm not, I'm hiding it. And then, about 8 years later, somebody came and said, I love the way you hide that, it's fantastic. So, in fact, neither way did it occur to me. I just went out on the stage and did what I wanted to do. I'm not very disabled. I'm fairly disabled in many ways, but it doesn't actually stop me from doing anything. So I don't really consider myself to be that disabled. The people that I think about disabled are living in sheltered homes and, you know, they're not able to do anything for themselves. So I'm only half disabled, in a way.
Before you were... famous in Kilburn and High Roads as well, and people were saying that to you. As a child, though, did you find it a hard thing to carry with you? Even being half disabled,
you're in your own environment. If you're disabled, I mean, maybe I was in a school where we were all disabled, we were all equal. Or some are more, you know, obviously disabled than others, but there would be a kind of, you don't call it a camaraderie or you don't call it a spirit, it's natural to you. You want to live. Yeah. And you don't actually... I mean, we got a mate who was in Bob's film called Timmy Lang, who's a marvellous actor, and he was in the Raggedy Rawn. He has Down syndrome, but people don't really. Some people think that that's impossible that you could act. I mean, I saw him on Touch of Frost last week or the week before last. And his acting is as if he's been to drama school.
He's
made incredible strides as an actor. And people, I don't think people realise that we're all human beings, and what we do within ourselves and from ourselves is always unique, you know.
Do you think it's because people are scared, though?
No,
they don't know how to cope.
I don't know what to do with it.
I don't think they're prejudiced either. I don't think there's a horrible kind of Nazi in everybody that hates it. I just think people maybe identify very strongly with somebody who's maybe what they think is worse off than them physically, and worry that it should happen to them, and kind of consider it in another way. But I don't think there's anything nasty behind it at all. Or it's like love that creates a worry, you know?
Yeah.
And people love people.
You mentioned your Cockney accent. I'm going to bring that up now, gentlemen, if I may.
Right.
How close within the sound of Bow Bells were you born, Bob?
Well, I was born in Suffolk.
That knocks that theory on the head, then. OK, Suffolk. And Ian?
Harrow, north west.
Yeah.
Near, you know.
There you go.
I've got a very good school in Harrow, I believe.
Yeah. So the accent, then, Bob and Ian?
Well, it's just the accent you grew up with. But when I came into this game, they said, "Oh, you know, you're going to have drama lessons. You know, sort of, you're going to have to learn to speak properly and walk properly and act properly." And I thought, well, I'm going to speak like I don't, walk like I don't, be like I'm not. Hang on, where am I in the middle of this? And so I'd give it that and didn't bother.
I grew up in Upminster in Essex, and that's what my accent is. Essex. It's not you know, kosher Cockney. It's Essex.
Yeah.
And I savour it, and I love rhyming thing. And I first heard somebody say, "Oh, State of East Barnet." I went, "What's that?" And I was intrigued by that when I was about 11. So I always thought it was very funny, and it was always a very funny person who used that kind of slang. And I mean, I grew up in love with it. I mean, I'm a writer, so I kind of love language anyway. But it can get laborious. I think mine, though, when it was really laying on the treacle too thick with the rhyming thing, everyone got fed up with it. But a little bit here and there sprinkled in is quite tasty, I think.
Can I ask you then, what's your Aris?
Your Aris?
You're Aristotle.
Aristotle.
Your bottle.
Your bottle
Your
and
bottle.
glass.
You're earning a lot of money out of yours, lad, don't worry.
So you Barnet Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just one route then, it's the three. You just went through three different...
The first time we walked into Prague, the hotel in Prague. He's an expert at it. And I walked in. What was he? He said, "I have a pint, but have a pint with the ice cream on your daily, eh? Have a pint with the ice cream on your daily. Have a pint. Look,
Yeah.
the ice cream. What is ice cream?
Freezer geezer.
Freezer geezer. That's right.
Freezer
And on
geezer.
your daily.
On your Daily Mail.
Daily Mail, your tail. Behind it. It took me a week to work it out. You know what I mean? Have a pint with the ice cream on your daily, eh?
Yeah.
You're both now portrayed it, because of your films and because of your songs, as rough diamonds. Do you ever feel that you have to live up to that image that you've put out there?
I'm a middle-class prat from art school. So I'm not really... I mean, I don't think people like... If I may speak for my compadre here, we're very lucky people, so there's no need for us to go around being gruesome because we're treated nice and we've got our jobs that we like doing. So I think it's quite simple. Rough diamond can be an image as much as anything. I was a bit... looked at and hung around when I started doing rock and roll, because rock and roll is a very sleazy business, and people want to steal your money and people want to take the mickey. So you can create a barrier that will make people think twice before they do that. With friends like the Sulphate Strangler, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But
who's his bodyguard?
Oh right.
The Strangler.
The Strangler.
Yeah, the Strangler. He's a lovely fella. He was a sweetheart.
Big geezer. But if you've got a great big monster standing on the stage, it will prevent lunatics getting on there and whacking you, Frank Zappa, late Frank, he got thrown off the stage by a jealous boyfriend, broke his leg once, because the geezer's girlfriend was, going, "Oh, Frank's lovely, isn't he?" He went, "Oh, I'll have him." They threw him off the stage at the Rainbow, broke his leg. Yeah. So Frank always had a bloke sitting in an armchair by the side, reading the paper, like.
So it's the image you put across then, isn't it? That people, they believe the roles that you play and they believe the songs that you write. ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hoskins and Ian Dury.